What up, everybody? I figured I'm going to do a separate version today of this video that's a little bit more specific into the market dynamics of what we saw the last couple days with TXC. Um, as this has been a growing concern is the price. I know you have kind of a split amongst the community of don't care about the price because the project is going to be bigger, but there's also a lot of people who are concerned about the price in the downward direction. So this could be used to help you talk to them about what is causing this downtrend and how is it kind of a normal thing. First and foremost, if you look at the other crypto coins in the world, you can see that the market cap is totally going up right now in the last 24 hours, but only a percent. But it was down pretty bad. And so if you look in the last 30 days, this is what the crypto market has been looking like. We are coming back into a less fearful but more positive sentiment as this has kind of bottomed out and looking to grow. But from the beginning of November, it has been a pretty solid shot down. So TXC is not immune from that to see a price dip when sentiment comes down. Winters are a time where a lot of holiday spending kicks up and there's a lack of expendable funds. So that means that any kind of downturn can be magnified, especially in a low liquidity project like um, like TXC, where all of the moves are going to be much more exaggerated and bigger fueled. So a sell down or a lack of buying is the same thing in regards to the price will go down and it will look a lot worse than it actually is. Um, if you are a long-term investor, you have your mining share and you're looking to build this, you want to see what is your long-term outlook beyond the couple days. If you are doing this to trade, those are probably the people who are the most vocal about the price. If you weren't planning on selling at 5, it's okay that the price is not at 5 today. If your goal is to sell at 10 or 15 to take some of your profits, obviously you want the price to get there, but also in a healthy way where the price can go up and sustain that price, and the market can continue to build. So if we come here, we're going to throw on, this is the downtrend that we are in. This is the resistance that the price is fighting to break back up into that uptrend. If we look at April, May, June, there really wasn't a lot of trading volume on these projects. You see that there was a couple big spikes, but this is kind of where we first started seeing some of the real growth in volume. So let's just kind of pick the tail end of this and we'll go to this spike. I guess we could do this from this spike to this. Oh, that's a horizontal line. I forgot what I was drawing. I'm going to do this ray. Kind of in the beginning of this volume spike right here to here. I'm using Bitmart because Bitmart is of the large exchanges of the tier 2 exchanges, excuse me. Bitmart is the largest volume wise. So lower that a little bit so we can see it better. I want to zoom in and make sure my points aren't too crazy. I guess we should probably go to this spike. Now this is going to be a much steeper build out, and so we're probably going to cross over on this, but I'm using this volume spike to this volume spike that has all the price action was above. We see that we tested this support here and really honored this support here. So that is our very true long-term support. We see that we dipped below it in the middle of November on a huge wick. Again, every one of these candles is a day. So it started up here, dropped all the way below it, came back up, and then finished above it, and then built on and honored it. Now, we had a sell-off that went and tested it and finished right on that line, and then the next day went below and closed way down below. Yesterday was an ugly day. Today, that is quickly retraced, and now we're back at this trend line. This is the line, that trend price, and that we are building on positively and growing forward. we'll make this one red because that is resistant. So we're back into a good price range right now at 328. And Bobby did the math, and if you took exactly what is sold and exactly what is built, where TXC is today, if nothing was to go on in the future, that's what this price point represents, is that 320 to 330 price. But when you're investing in something, you're not investing for what it did yesterday. We're looking at what's going on in the future. So people that are looking at this project as a growth potential should see this price as a huge discount, huge bargain, and we need to see some excitement and willingness to pay for the price at current plus more. As buyers look like this to see our largest orders are below the ask, that is, the buyers think that the price is too high, and they're looking for deals. The algorithms and the market makers are going to search to complete orders. If the bulk of the orders are below the middle, then the price is going to ultimately push down into that, and you're going to see these prices fill possibly, unless something changes and somebody comes in and does a larger market buy or changes the sentiment that pushes the price up. And then these orders are going to then have to cancel and move up and chase the price, which will push it up higher longer. So it's really just one launch away from being, spurned into a higher price range. So the people who are looking for these deals could miss out, is I guess what I'm basically saying. But as we kind of zoom in, why we saw this retrace with profit taking and why this big, huge parabolic move up was FOMO. Another FOMO move could run through all of this price zone very quickly, depending on what causes it. You never know what spurs those, and they typically come out of nowhere. Hard to forecast and predict. So we're going to do these long horizontal lines at this level right here at $3. This is kind of the pre-breakout, and this is kind of this is where we built a lot of support and consolidation here, and that's where we're looking to build at. We do see that this 375 zone right in here, plus knowing the fact that 379 was the liquidity zone that was added in October. So let's put that number, my mouse is really sensitive. Let's do 380 because I'm not going to get it perfect. So that horizontal channel band between that is going to be a huge support and resistance zone to get back over, of course, in the short term. But there's a lot of price action in here. So the next channel above this is going to be earmarked based on this run up. If we do a ray, and we're going to do a different color off each of these big candles, and we're going to go to the top of the wick on them. See, what was the wick on that? The high was 494. So we're going to make this one be 494, as close as I can get with my sensitive mouse. Right? Oh, I want to do a ray. My fault. Amateur hour. Hold on one sec. Let me make this a horizontal ray so that it can be more easy to see. And we're going to make this one be a unique color. So that's the top of that wick. And we're going to do one more on the top of this wick right here, which was $6 even. So then we come to $6 even. Close enough. And we're going to make this one orange. So what I kind of want to show in this is on the high side moving up, this all had to be filled in with these orders. It was kind of on the downside, and there hasn't been enough green buys above these to build these as support. We are getting a lot more buys in here, as you can see by the volume building and being green, that this is likely going to reclaim this as support, and we're going to have a secondary test of this resistance. The resistance that came that kind of was premature is now these moving averages. On these daily moving averages showed resistance, and we had a big tail off. Reclaiming those will be very bullish and positive sentiment going forward. The Dallas Holiday Parade, I'm excited to see the new mining signups, and maybe the Google searches. I don't know if there's a way to track those. and kind of see how people are looking at this. There's probably going to be a lot more people asking about this on social media. So a great opportunity to post on social media that you know about TXC and you're willing to share your information and offer the opportunity to some. As the people coming from who just saw the Dallas parade are now, this is a hot topic. So very curious how the next couple days will spur and see some momentum building. Um, Again, we're hearing a lot of people on the Telegram blaming sellers as what this is, and it's not. It's buyers' sentiment changes the price, not sellers. There are plenty of people that are getting daily distributions and are using this as income, and if they make $500 or if they make $1,500, that's their extra income, or that could be their total income, and they're selling that because they have a cold storage wallet that's large enough that once the price is at the higher part where they can take profits and sail off into the sunset, they have that bag already built up. They've already established a high amount. And those guys are probably the ones that are buying big at these prices as the price fades. When they're selling their dailies and buyers aren't able to overcome them, price gets down low enough, they don't want to sell down here anymore. This no longer is a good price. This is a bargain. So when they step in and come in and buy this zone, price is going to run up quickly. The momentum should build in, and if more buyers have to fuel and do more market orders, market orders where they're buying it at no matter the cost, that will continue to propel the price forward, because now the algorithms and the market makers are like, hey, this is desired. There is a lot more action going on here, and people are willing to pay a higher price, and they'll start moving the sell orders up, and the buy orders will follow and push the price up more. So the psychology of the market right now is not that the sellers are winning, it's that the buyers are losing, if that makes sense. It's hard to blame people for taking some profits, and take that income. And honestly, they're helping the project in the long run, because they're taking the coins that they are earning and giving them to the people that are investing and buying, are the people who have a long-term vision of this, that are going to hold the coin for longer and look for that 400% gain, or are going to stimulate the market and grow in 30% gains and trade and circulate profit. The circulating volume has to build up to establish that legitimacy so that new people can see. The volume has gotten much, much better. If we do the 24-hour volume, I like to go by volume here. Uniswap has gotten some activity. I think there's been a couple YouTube influencers who are on the DeFi platform and like these wrap tokens and are probably jumping all over this. So nice to see that. Bitmart, of course, is still number one. DexTrade is the OG, so you see a lot of original people there. MEXC is part of the market maker pool with Bitmart. And then Biconomy slacking a little bit, Pionex slacking a little bit. The American exchanges are what's kind of holding us back. Those American users that are coming in to sign up could easily come in and really push this. But if we look at these daily candles, so we're not counting today's, we're going to look at yesterday's. And there was a $1.1 million of transactions, and the closing price was $267. So let's whip out the calculator. That was a low. Oh, that was a close. Wow. Closed at the low. 1,107,000 divided by 2.67 is about 425,000 coins were in circulation. That is huge, considering that the average for a long time has only been about 85,000. So even though that the price is much lower, we are seeing a lot of coins. Another $1 million day in the day before. Unfortunately, the selling stimulates a lot more action in the coins being traded. On the buy side, we only saw the $578,000 day when buyers were in control. When sellers are in control, it's double, and that's actually kind of a positive, because the absorption of coins from people who are, I guess you could say, quote unquote, weak-handed, going into strong-handed long-term visionaries is going to be more stable for the price in that long-term growth to reclaim this green line I'll leave that one. And we're going to delete these blue ones. And we're going to reclaim this green line. We're going to test this red line probably sometime here in the next week or so. And so I'll be looking forward to seeing this test. Reclaim here, test here. This is a big breakout. You know, we have a lot of wicks right here, so this is probably going to be realistically the first resistant point is that 430 zone. We're going to make it purple because that's our goal. Buy and push it up there and get back into this, above this to kind of justify and validate this long-term uptrend is when I see a 430 price. You know, I'm going to say by the end of the year, because that is right here, a couple days after this intersection. We'd like to see it before Christmas, not after, but that's just kind of my outlook and a little bit of a breakdown of the market dynamics of what happened in the last couple days. Not financial advice, not a financial advisor. I just like reading these charts. I like talking about market and how things work, so everybody has a nice understanding and what they're seeing. I want to eliminate the panic and fear, so that you have the confidence that this project is still growing. As the mine sales increase, we'll see the liquidity support from the project, you know, help stimulate some growth, and it's a circle. So obviously price getting up stimulates more sales, and more sales stimulates the price getting up. So they both have to work hand in hand. I'm not telling you that you need to empty your bank account, you know, remove all your savings or sell your house and buy TXC. But if you are a believer in the project, you know, look to buy above the ask if you want to see the price up. And you know, if you're one that doesn't like seeing a 328 price, don't be afraid to place a 330 to 350 order, and get the algorithms seeing the momentum that all the long-term holders and believers of the project see. I've been buying above the limit. I've been buying market and above, because I'm accumulating these. I'm okay with buying the lower prices. I'm not. I don't see it crumbling and the market flailing. And if I'm going to see red for a couple days, I'm not afraid, because I do see this coming back. And you know, the people that are selling the price down, thank you for the opportunity to get more coins. You know, if this was $4, I would have only been able to buy 20 coins versus at $3 I was able to buy 35 coins. So when that's up, you know, it'll be a bigger profit point for me. So sorry for those that are seeing this and got in here in the October to September range, and all you've seen is the price go down. Us that were here before you are obviously seeing the price still up and going up. And so we're looking for that continuation, get back on track, right the ship, and let's fuel on to getting this price up and more appealing to all of the miners that were added in this phase that have only seen the price go down. Just hold on tight, guys. I think you will be profitable soon. The people that are mining are getting the daily distributions though, and with the sales slowing down a little bit, you guys are getting a bigger distribution than you would have been if sales were still at the rate that they were in September. The mine was selling very quickly on this hype train, so a little bit of a cool down, catch your breath. Let's watch it get back up and maintain this much more healthy trend line. We just got to get back up into this range. So look forward to it. If you have any questions, feel free to message me. If you want to see any other videos specifically regarding TXC or any other kind of dynamics, I know I did one today as a step-by-step walkthrough in buying TXC, and that one ended up being kind of longer than I wanted to, because I dipped into this, as this is really the first time I even looked at the charts the last couple days, because I wasn't afraid of the price. I knew the price was going to go down. I saw this being tested before this was to be tested, unless something drastic happened, and it doesn't shake me. I'm still very confident in this project. I hope you guys are too. And I love seeing the volume increase. So it has been nice to see $1 million days I'm sorry, $1 million days total between all the exchanges, and we still don't have the data here from WEX. So I'm curious what's going on here. I don't know if it's a they or them, it's a WEX or a CoinMarketCap problem, or if Bobby has to send the email to say, hey, CoinMarketCap, did you know that we're on WEX also? Because it is very weird that they are not. Because when we come here and we go to spot, we can see TXC is paired with USDT and is here. And when we go into the days, it's been here since the 25th. I don't know if this is a coin or if this is a coin volume or if this is a dollar volume. It is very small volume either way because it's brand new. There's been at least 10,000, 6,000, 7,000, 7,000, 7,000, 7,000, 6,000, only 3,000 today so far. So if that is dollars, wouldn't be surprised because that's kind of in line with how XT was for a long time. If that's in coins, let's see if does it show me? Does it tell me? Settings. Everybody does different. If somebody knows specifically, feel free to chime in and let me know. I think that is going to be dollars. I just have a feeling it's dollars. So you're probably looking about 2,000 coins a day have been traded on there, and then hasn't been sent to CoinMarketCap. So we'll see when that gets added. Should spur some more volume and more eyes to know that it's here. There are some cool promos. You can do some copy trading. You know, this is a decent setup. It is US friendly. You can hop on here and get using. So as we see the volume increase here, we'll probably see more volume elsewhere as they all kind of run hand in hand. But Bitmart is our main one that we are seeing kind of as the true volume, the true price, the true action. It is supported with market makers, so we are seeing that. We're still a little low and spotty. There's been a couple injections, looks like that was yesterday. So looking on the short-term side, we're in an upward trend off this midday yesterday super low. Hopefully that maintains. It'd be nice to reclaim that green. Sorry guys, all over the place. Reclaim that green trend line is what we're looking to do. I don't like that one. We're gonna make it cayenne blue. And we're above it. Just got to keep going. So this is pointing to, on this little shorter trend, maybe a breakout tonight, well above. Let's see if we could break and get back up to these 380 levels. That would be nice. That's where a lot of the liquidity is. That's where a lot of people have averages holding from both people who bought over 4 and people who have bought at 3 or recently. Be nice to see that October range right here. I don't want to do array. I want to do the horizontal line 380. I want to get there. So according to this, we're looking at it being on Monday. We could test that zone hopefully sooner. So thank you guys for watching. Like, subscribe. I got a Discord channel talking about all things investing and wealth building that I want to build, because again, I do this solely for the fact that I enjoy it. And I'm not a financial advisor, so I'm not professional. I'm not trying to tell you guys where to put your money or how to put your money in it. I just want to make sure that everybody is comfortable with where their money's at, and how to help see projects like TXC in its infancy grow, both at the market and on the mining side. They are one and the same. As one grows, the other grows. And hope that you guys like it, and I'll see you guys on the next one.